Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to my dearest panel, which is my panel 1, Dr. Amir Hamzah bin Abdul Rasid, and my panel 2, Dr. Wan Hasrunizam bin Wan Mahmud. I hope you are doing fine. So, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Binti Musa, with metric number is B0717101668, and my final year project supervisor is Dr. ROHANA binti ABDULLAH. So today I would like to present my final year project, which entitled The Bottleneck Management for Assembly Line Balancing and Productivity Improvement, a case study at Golden Clay Industries, Berhad. So here we will go through my presentation overview, which is first we will go through the project introduction, the selected literature review, the methodology that I use to conduct this study, the result and discussion, recommendation, and the conclusion. So for my project introduction, since this study regarding the bottleneck activity and the productivity improvement, so it will explore the assembly line balancing concept and the bottleneck principle, since the assembly line balancing is important in order to achieve a good productivity improvement. So the company that I conduct this study is a Golden Clay Industries Berhad, which is one of the company manufacturing operating in industrial area at Yongpeng, Johor. The Golden Clay Industry Berhad, which is known as GCI, is a part of a brass monomer building, or known as BMI Group. It a well-known company which is supply, production, and provision of clay roof tile with the best quality and compliance to international standard. So this is why the point to encourage the company to keep seeking an improvement to do better. So the company under study was facing an issue with a dumping stock where the production rate is higher than the demand. There was no proper study regarding this to discover the real bottleneck of the production. So the aim of the study is to perform the proper time study and in order to identify the bottleneck and explore opportunity to balance the production line. So here my project objective. First, I want to determine the bottleneck activity in the current production flow, and then I will analyze the constraint in production process to balance the assembly line, and finally to propose the improvement in productivity towards the production system management. So this is a few selected regarding the literature review. First, from the KUCU KKOC and Zhang 2015. So, the efficiency of an assembly line is one of the most important factors since assembly lines are generally constructed as the last stage of entire production system. And from the Sims and 1 2017 said, the observation of theory of constraint utilized a pinpoint on an area of a system constraint to a particular process. And actual output of production will be comparing the perfect limit of the production system to find the bottleneck. And other than that, from the Mustafa Kahraman et al. In 2017 also, the bottleneck machine is a sequential production line can be distinguished by the investigating connection between the production blockage and the starvation of each machine. This prompts a straightforward principle for bottleneck identification, and this is very helpful for me to understand the way to find my bottleneck process in this project. And lastly, the type time is one of the important issue here. Likewise, the work dependent on the structure of a failure intended to make work process continuously. And the normal advantage include decrease for venture, term, and related costs, expanded straightforwardness, and consistency of the work process. It also increased the capacity and characterize and convey work bundle in information and material when the vital and improve the design experiment set by LI and NIK et al. In 2013. So, regarding my project methodology, I use a few process which is include all the profile selection, product family, time study regarding the cycle time of workstation, talk time calculation, and the load level chart. So how I do my product selection is regarding I see the demand at this company, and then regarding the demand about the profile at this company, I compare three the best profile to choose to select as a product to conduct this study. So first, by comparing the Mansale, Espenta, and Toscana Warisan, I found that the Toscana Warisan have a highest demand compared to the other two. And then I choose this product to run the time study. And we can see here, I do collected the 30 sample of data, 30 data, real data regarding the cycle time throughout all this process. First, we start with extruder, cut, pressing, dryer, coating, firing, which is the tunnel kiln, and then go through the session until the packaging. And all this process have 22 workstation with 30 set of data. So here, my takt time calculation. I do the takt time calculation based on the demand and the available time. Since the Toscana Warisan have 600k pieces demand per month, so when I need to know the daily demand, I divide it into 28 days of the production run. So I get 21,428 pieces per day for the demand of Toscana Warisan. And this is the description regarding the product profile, which is the production run is 24 hours, contained with 3 shifts, and there's no stop except for the housekeeping time, which is provide 10 minutes. So from all the time I calculate, so I get the third time for one pieces product is 3.95 seconds per pieces. So from this, I can finally determine my bottleneck activity, which is from this graph, we can see the tunnel king is the higher time, which nearly meet the takt time with value of 3.85 seconds per pieces. So this is my bottleneck process, which is the tunnel king. So from this bottleneck identification, I do some deep observation regarding tunnel king to see the constraint in this workstation. And I finally found that a few factors like environment, material, and measurement regarding this tunnel king workstation have a strict constraint towards this process. As we can see, the material for this process, when we firing the material, we need a very good push rate parameter, and then the firing time to avoid any rejection which cause like vertical crack or horizontal crack. This is the most highest rejection type happen towards this profile. So it really need a good measurement for this process. And apart from that, since this company apply the system where continuous system of the production, and it cause whatever happen in the tunnel kin workstation, it will lead to another insufficient storage area before continuing the next process after the firing process. So I also do the value and non-value added activity analysis, which is through whole the manufacturing process of the main tile of Toscana Warisan. So we can see some of non-value added activity is required, and some of the non-value added activity is a waste that need to be eliminated. Okay. Since my third objective is to suggest an improvement toward the productivity, here is my recommendation. First, practice a continuous time study for production assembly line. This will apply to the whole profile type which produced in the GCI, because the continuous time study will help the production management to identify the profile behavior and the allowance of the processing time for any unpleasant issue later. And number two, practice a good planning management regarding the product demand and the demand forecasting. Always revise the trend of demand forecast. The forecast demand should be relevant along with the customer satisfaction. And number three, do the installation of fully automation system by referring to the certain workstation which running with semi-auto system. Those workstation can be improved in terms of cycle time with automation system where reduce the allowance factor. Number four, apply pull system with Kanban in order to avoid over-processing or overproduction, since Kanban acts as a system of information which can be connect the whole system including production line, supplier and customer. This also will help to solve the problem with inventory. And number five is I recommend that the output of this research project can be used as a guidance in implement the lean manufacturing in GCI company and be as initial point for continuous improvement in production management. So for my conclusion, with all the parameters which has been stated in the data gathering topic, the aim for determining the bottleneck process has been achieved straightforwardly. From the good management of bottleneck process for current production flow and process constraint analysis, the best way to improve the productivity are successfully proposed. The good productivity of manufacturing production in golden clay industry company is possible to achieve and be maintained. This is a moment where I do my presentation for data and finding regarding this project improvement with the GCI team. That's all from me. Thank you.